Today, our champion Janet Poch of Lynn, Massachusetts, faces the challenge of Toni-Marie Baldinelli of Amesbury, Massachusetts, on Candlepin bowling. Hi, everyone. Welcome once again to Candlepin Bowling. I'm Don Gillis, but I'm speaking for the whole crew when I say we're sure glad you chose to join us here at the Fairway in Natick, Massachusetts. It's going to be 3 strings of Candlepin bowling, and total pinfall will determine our winner. Now, the winner and the runner-up will also receive a permanent souvenir, and these come from Din Brothers of Boston, Holyoke. They'll be properly inscribed with the date and with their name. Nice souvenir. They'll also receive some guaranteed prize money. $1,200 is guaranteed, $700 to the winner, $350 to the runner-up, $50 available to the winner of each string, and should they tie a string, then they would each receive $50. There will also be a $50 gift certificate from Rotman's Furniture of Worcester, and that will go to our marksman of the day, the bowler with the most marks. Okay, enough of me. Now let's talk to today's bowler, shall we? Okay, lady, former champion and the gal that used to scare everybody when they came up against you here. Where have you been for the last 5 years or so?
I think when I hit 35, I got scared, and I had one injury after another, and I'm back. It's been 2.5 years with a foot injury, and I've an awful lack of trying. I've gone to every roll-off. Have you? It's tough. It's real tough.
So you think, in addition to the physical things, it was some psychological too? Huh?
Oh, yes. I had to make a lot of adjustments with this foot.
Well, you know something? We're kind of glad to have you back here.
I'm glad to be back.
Okay. And I'm sure Janet remembers Toni-Marie very, very well, and is aware of what she's capable of doing, and she's very aware of what you can do, huh?
Yes, definitely.
Okay. How do you feel now that you're moved along a little bit and got by the what shall I say, the big hump of the lady that had beaten you once before?
A little comfortable, but this is not very easy.
Okay.
For either one of us.
I think we detect what the mood is here, so let's get underway right after this, shall we? Leading off today's challenger, Toni-Marie Baldinelli of Amesbury. High single 179, high triple 469, and league average 119. This is her 38th appearance. And this year, she is the NBA All-Events champion. She is also the president of the World Candlepin Bowling Congress. Had a 5.99 in winning her 5-string roll-off. And she's representing the Pilgrim Lanes, where she also is employed. She's leaving right now, looking at the 2, the 7, and the 10. Not quite. She got the 2 and the 10. It's a 10. Now our defending champion Janet Poch of Lynn, Massachusetts, high single 182, high triple 450, league average 123. She had a 639 in winning her roll-off. Representing Lucky Strike in Lynn and Park Place Lanes in Windham, New Hampshire. And she starts off with a strike. Janet won her championship, shall I say, back again. Joanne Rosano had defeated her after Janet had a long string of victories. Here's the first bonus ball, and that gets her 7. She is left over on the right, the 6 and 10, over on the left, the 4. They are still there. Since defeating Joanne Rosano, she has gone on to win twice. It's an 8. Toni-Marie Baldinelli's 38th appearance. Thin hit. One more pin has tumbled. Now she's looking at 1, 3, and 10. She missed them all. Actually, she took out wood. She was trying to just hit the right edge of number 1. It's a 9 as she takes out the 1 and 2. Two full that time on the head pin, and she has left not quite a spread eagle. One more pin than a spread eagle. She has the 8 in back. No wood to help. Couple of more, taking out the 6 and 10. It's an 8. Across the back, the 7, 8, and 10, and the object pins are the 3 and 6. Is she going to get it? Nope. The 8 pin was alone, and then a piece of wood rolled over toward it. It's still standing, however, and it's still there. It's a 9. On the right side, 3, 6, 9, and 10. On the left, the 7 pin with wood in front of it. Too full as he punched out the 3 and the 9. It's a 9. Pausing as we always do after 4 boxes of the first string, and we also do it in the middle. Right now, Janet Poch is leading 43-34. Toni-Marie Baldinelli, today's challenger and former champion. Spread eagle, right on the head pin. No wood to help on this spread eagle.
Okay, Johnny, work it.
3 and 6 out of there. Now 2, 4, 7, and 10 still standing with no wood to help.
All right, another lucky 7. Let's start it up.
So it's a 7. As she left the corners full plus the 4 pin. She's not getting any wood to help, and she has a tough one now because side by side are the 4 and 5, and in the left corner the 7 pin. No wood. She put it right through the middle between the 4 and the 5. It's a 9, leaving the 5 pin. Now, defending champion, Janet Poch. Everything down except the 4 pin. For a spare, yes, she has it. In case you joined us late, Janet began with a strike. That then went through 3 boxes that were unusual for her. She missed the head pin on a fill. Got just 2 with a half Worcester on the left. Almost came back to make it, has left 2. 6 and 7. Ten. Toni-Marie Baldinelli. She has a spare leave now in the 1, 3, and 6. And she has a spare.
All right, let it out. Come on, I'm jumping down. All right, show the shot.
6 is the fill. She has a tough spare leave because on parallel line she has the 4 and 5, and in back of that the 7 and 8. There is one piece of wood off to the right. Nope, she went too far to the left. Was able to punch out just the 4 pin. And she leaves 3 pins standing for another 7. Now Janet Poch in the lead by 15, and opposite a 6 and a 7. Janet has the 7 pin to pick up for a spare. Janet defeated Toni-Marie back in 1988, 386 to 345. She has it. Janet also defeated Toni-Marie 373 to 360 in 1990. And a strike. All right, Toni-Marie coming up now for her final 2 in the first string. No break. She has 2 pins standing, but they're side by side, 9 and 10. Waited for some wood to settle down, but it won't help. She got the 9. And the 10. Boy, she's having some difficulty in punching out the middle. This time she has left the 2, 4, 7, and on the right, the 3, 6, 9, and 10. Took out the left side. It's a 10. 93, which is one of the lower ones that she has ever rolled. First ball nets Janet Poch 5, leaving the 4 horsemen left side and the 9 pin. She got the 4 horsemen, 9 pin still there. A 10. One, 2, 7, and 9 with 1 piece of wood just to the right of the 7 pin. All but 1. And it goes. So a 31-pin lead in the match for defending champion Janet Poch. 124 to 93 after 1. Middle string, our defending champion, leads it off. Here's Janet Poch. She thought she was going to get a strike, but she has left the 7 and 8. However, there's wood, which she may be able to utilize. 8 is still there. Ten. One, 3, 4, 7. One piece of wood to the right of the 3. Pretty shot. Oh, take another look at that. That was pretty. Toni-Marie Baldinelli now looking at the 1, 2, and 4 with no wood to help. Oh, looked like she was robbed on that one. Looked like a perfect hit. She took out the 1 and 2, but the 4 would not go. It's a 10. Now she has the 4 horsemen left side. Again, no wood to help. And again, she takes everything but 1 pin. And as she turned around, she said, oh, come on. I don't blame her. Very, very frustrating. For a 10, yes. As usual, Al Giglio is on the electronic scoreboard. Keith Williams on the big board for the folks who are here. Phil Rubin, of course, is in charge of the whole shebang, our producer and director. Ralph Stewart on the lob line, our lob line judge and referee. Don Riley is our statistician and coordinator. Janet Poch now looking at 1, 2, 4, 8, 6, and 10. She gets everything but the 6 and 10. It's a 9. Our crew today is Skip Peabody, Jeff Sullivan, Margie McKenna, and Glenn Fletcher. Now Janet has the 9 and 10 as a lead with 3 pieces of wood, all of which at the moment are perpendicular to the pit. They are rolling around a little. Now they're forming a slight angle, but basically she's looking at the end of 3 pins. And she hit the one she thought was going to take out, 9 and 10. It just made a little turn and went right between them. It's a 10. Toni-Marie once again gets a lead with no wood to help and parallel pins, which she has seen before. It's the 4, the 5, the 7, and 8. That one just went off to the left. She was hoping to hit the left side of the 4 pin. Didn't get it. Another 9. She has a piece of wood to the right of the 6 pin. She has 3, 6, and 4. No, she knew that she had missed the object pin, the 3. It's a 10. Once again, a check on the scoreboard, as we always do after 4 boxes of the first and the second. In case you joined us late, Janet Poch led after 124 to 93. She leads by 35 now because after 4, she's 43 to 39 ahead. Janet Poch on the line. Missed the head pin, but still knocked down 6 and has a spare lead with the 1, 2, 7, and 8, and some wood in between. A couple of them, one's a little bit off to the right, and then there are 2 in between the 2 pin and the 8. She made it. Another spare. Seven is the fill. She's got a triangle of 3, and she makes it. Two full on the head pin, spread eagle. Off just that tiny fraction. That was more than a tiny fraction that time, but on many of these shots, she is just missing or just not getting the lead that makes it possible to convert. And another 9. One, 3, 6, 7, and 8. A couple of pieces of wood in back. And nope. Two and 8 still there. And she went right through and took them both out, but it's just a 10. Now Janet Poch with a chance for bonus money for 3 marks in a row. Five is the fill, and she's looking at the 1, 3, 7, 9, 10. 3 pieces of wood in back, and still 2 pins left. 1 and 7. a 10. As you know, I describe everything as though it's a radio play-by-play, and that is because of we now know the many blind persons who watch the program, and I say that watch, they have their television on and they see it if I describe what it is, and then they listen for the ball. And all of that reminds me that the Massachusetts Association for the Blind in the Worcester area is looking for volunteers to assist their clients participate in a Candlepin bowling league. If you're interested in helping, call Judith Savage at the Association for the Blind. I'll give you that phone number in a moment. Janet made a great try but left the 10 pin. All right, if you're interested in helping, call Judith Savage at the Association for the Blind. The number is 508-791-8237. It's a 10 for Janet. That's area code 508-791-8237. And ask for Judith Savage if you want to help. Toni-Marie. Two, 4, 7 on the left, 6 and 10 on the right. The only wood is in front of the 6 and 10. Took out that left side beautifully, but got no sidewall action to come over and pick up the 6 and 10. It is a 10. Missed the head pin. She has left the 1, 2, 4, 7, 8, and over on the right-hand corner, the 10 pin. No wood to help. It's an 8 box. Janet Poch at 95, going into the 9th box. Two pins standing. It's the 4 and the 9 and 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces of wood across the deck. She used the wood, made the spare. The fill is 7. 7 pinned alone over on the left, and the 5 and 9 in the middle with 1 piece of wood. Got just one of them. It's an 8 box. And a 120. Now Toni-Marie Baldinelli, who is the challenger today. Almost a strike. Everything down except the 5 pin. A spare. And she gives herself a little sarcastic cheer and big smile. And she gets a strike. There was a time when this lady got many, many marks, and a lot of them were strikes. She was a super champion at one time and very difficult to defeat. All right, the first ball took out just 3. The 1, the 5, and the 9. Now she goes, whoa, too far to the right. And so, just 4 will be the fill. Another $50 in bonus money will go to Janet Poch as she has won the middle string 120 to 110 and leads after 244 to 203. Leading off in the third as challenger Toni-Marie Baldinelli, leaving 4 horsemen left side. In back of that, the 8-pin. Over on the right, the 6 and 10. And again, no wood. Took out number 1. Still 6 pins standing. Turns out to be a 9 box. Yes, that's the 10 pin. Three pins on the right. There's wood off to the left, and there's wood behind the 3, 6, and 10. Didn't get the object pin. He's just off that little bit where she is missing by a couple of inches. And that one went off to the right. Janet Poch now facing after the first ball, the 1, the 2, piece of wood, and then the 7. Well, the piece of wood is rolling out of there now. In fact, it's rolling quite far over to the right. She's got it. One, 3, 6, 9, and over on the left 4, 7, and no wood. And she went right down the empty space. It's a 7 box for Janet Poch. Now Toni-Marie Baldinelli, former champion, whom we haven't seen for 5 years. One 4 horseman left side and the 8 in back, and nope, she didn't get it. Two, 4, 7 out of there. It's a 10. Toni-Marie now looking at the 1, 6, 8, 10, or if you prefer, the 1, 8 and the 6, 10. And she got it! A spare in the 4th. Janet Poch has a piece of wood coming up alongside to the left side of the 5 pin. The 5 and 10 are the 2 pins. She throws up her hands because she missed it completely on the 5 pin and went over, got the 10 and a piece of wood, came back and knocked down the 5. Nine is to fill, and she has the 10 pin to pick up for another mark. Janet looked right at Toni-Marie and put her hands up first, then she held them up again and rolled her eyes as much as to say, boy, I didn't deserve that one, but I'll take it. She just missed the single pin, the 10, for what would have been another spare. That's a 10. All right, our challenger, Toni-Marie Baldinelli, comes up now, and she is working on a spare. This will be the fill. Thin hit as she missed the head pin and left it and the 4 horsemen to the left-hand side with the 8 and back, and on the right, the 6 and 10. And whoops, whoops, right down to the empty space. And once again, she goes to the left side and punches out the 2 and the 8. And a strike. After a 5, she comes up with a strike. Janet Poch now coming up again, our defending champion. Everything down except the 8 pin. 1 pin to pick up for a spare. Piece of wood acted as a roadblock, and she was unable to get at that single pin. Of course, she's leading by 50 points, by 50 pins, and she has really no chance of going over 400, which she did last week. So that didn't hurt. Oh, pretty shot. Oh, yes. She took out the 3, 6, 10, and the 7 for a spare. Now, Toni-Marie Baldinelli, today's challenger, working on a strike. 2 bonus balls to roll. Here's the first. Oh, boy. Almost a half Worcester right side. She took out 3. The 3, the 9, and the 6. All right, here's the second bonus ball. And she got everything except the 4-pin. So the fill is 9, but what she wanted, obviously, was a spare. It's a 10. Now moves to lane 3 here at the fairway. And the ball came back very nicely into the right side pocket. Got everything down except the kingpin, the 5. She's looking at it. It has 2 pieces of wood to the right side of it, and they're acting like a distraction because they were perpendicular, and she had to be very careful as she came down. But she made it. Now Janet Poch once again working on a mark. This will be the fill on a spare. Seven. Looking at 1, 2, then wood, and then the 7. She's got it. 2 marks in a row. A little too full on the head pin. Six is the fill, and her object pin becomes the 3 with the 6 next to it. She got that, but the other 2 pins, the 4 and the 7 still there. Not anymore. It's a 10. All right. Final 2 boxes for each. And Toni-Marie Baldinelli is working on a spare. Lob, she'll reset. So obviously it's a 0 as a fill. Now the second ball. Seven and 8 still standing with wood. Still standing as she hit a piece of wood which diverted the ball. Didn't go the way she thought it was going to go, or hoped it would go, I guess I should say. Two, 4, 7, 6, and 10 over on the right. Just a couple more. 7 is still there, so she'll probably go for this. I would not be surprised if she doesn't go now for the 6 and 10. And she got just the 6, left the corners full for an 8. She's the president of the World Candlepin Bowling Congress, which reminds me that their first event this year, Janet Poch gets a half Worcester to the right. And for the ladies, Deb DeRocher won with 12.50. Marianne Kelly was second. Toni Wellspring third. Holly Duhamel fourth. Carol Downey was fifth. And Toni-Marie was sixth by 1 pin. She failed to be in the top 5. For the men, there's a diamond to the left is what Janet is looking at. Tim Lipke, John Zernicke, Tom Olsta, a tie between Det Klein and Tim Soucy, and Joe Tavernese was 5th. 13.59 for Lipke to win, 12.50 for Deb DeRocher to win. And she made the diamond. Now 113 plus. Single pin, can she get at it? It is the, nope, it was the king pin, and there was a roadblock. Okay, that was a 10 in the 9th box. So she had 3 successive 10s to finish 103, 113, then 123. She wins by 63. The final score is 367 and 304. Okay, folks, we have $300 to give away in the home viewer jackpot. Today's number is 671, and this barrel is almost bursting, so let's hope we have a winner. But anyway, when I draw a card, even if it's nowhere near, and of course 10 either side would win, that person receives a $50 gift certificate from Christmas Tree Shops. Okay, give it one more whirl here. Since it's so crowded. I don't know whether that moved them around or not, but I'll dig down somewhere in here. We're looking for 10 either side of 671 for $300. And this one comes from Fitchburg, Massachusetts. And it's Frank Johnson of Ashburn Street. His guess is $745, so next week it's going to be worth $50. All right, we have a high-low jackpot, and it's worth $200, so Janet, pick a lane and fire away. Thought you had it, didn't you? Two-thirds doesn't do it. Okay, come on over here. Now, the first thing I want to know is that little voice that said, "Come on, Tony," where did that come from?
That's Cameron Kelly. That's why I couldn't win today. I have to bowl against his mother next week, so Janet can do it.
Okay, listen, this is going to be inscribed. I don't know whether you want to. You've got a lot of big ones, as we well know. And let's see, for you today, we had $350 and no bonus money, and you used to just eat it up at one time.
I don't know.
Hey, listen, this maybe the monkey's off your back now, and you can go back again and feel better the next time. It was great to see you again.
Thanks.
Okay, Janet. Now, 3 in a row you've done. You've beaten her over your career, huh?
3 in a row, I guess.
Well, yeah. But I mean, I'm sure you were just as tight and tense as you might be any other time. Listen, we have another one from Din Brothers. See, how much money do we have for you? Know very well how much. It's going to be $700 for winning and $150 in bonus money. You also were our marksman of the day, and so we have a $50 gift certificate from Rodman's Furniture for that. And you're well aware of who's coming to challenge you, aren't you? Huh?
Yeah, a co-worker.
And also, in the last WCBC, she was second.
Right.
Yeah. Marianne Kelly, who can really make you sweat a little, right?
Make it work.
Okay, that should be good for all of us too.
Right.
So it's nice to have you, and I'll see you next week. Okay. All right. That's it. It's going to be Marianne Kelly against Janet Poch, two excellent Candlepin bowlers.